There we are. So finally we fixed it so that you guys can actually see all the things that you were supposed to, but more importantly, not only can you see the lands, the extra land that you weren't able to see beforehand, Stella, because you're able to see like south of where you currently are, right? But
Um, like if I'm supposed to see like here, I can't see any of that.
wait, what do you mean?
Like I can't see. It's all black.
No, not actively see, right? You can actually see the fact that there's mounds there.
Like I can see over here actively.
It's not supposed to be active down there because your
Yeah,
explorers are coming back and reporting, right?
I can't. I'm like it's black. Everything south of my nation.
Wait, really? Like if
Except
you
like there's like the silver thing to the southeast that I can see.
if you open up, what's the word I'm looking for? The stream. It doesn't look the same for you as it
I'll
does in
open the
stream.
I'll look at the stream right now. No, it's not the same.
That's weird. Well, just watch on stream then.
Same for me.
I'll just
Yeah,
watch on stream.
I'll just have to watch on stream.
Yep, I was to fix it later on. That's so annoying. That's so friggin' annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't know. It's roll 20 is just broken. Supposed to have to deal with it and move on. Okay, so back to the thing. So one of the big things that they report back to you, on top of the fact that you can see the various hills that are down there, and you can actually even see as stream will show you, and I'll zoom in for you so you can see it a little bit better because stream's obviously going to be smaller, right? You can actually see that there's even more hills south of that patch of hills. There's actually another little patch of hills that exists down here as well, right? And of course, you're seeing it with a bit of a delay on stream as well. But the big thing is that you can actually see that there is you don't know how big this clan is entirely, but you know, at the very least, their land starts at this hex, as far as you know, and stretches into the mountains over here. And they own that. And their home, their settlement is right there. Whether or not that's their only settlement or it's just their primary one or whatever it might be, you know, they have a settlement right here. So the good news is they're not quite on top of where it is that you want it to go, which is here. And that's actually meant to be a volcano. So let me do this. Let me actually get a little volcano token. Volcano. Oh, that's fun looking. Let's use that one. That one's fun. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Plop it where you can see it first. Volcano. All right. That's actually going to come over here. I'm going to make that visible as well for you guys. So it's going to be vision. Not vision, sorry. Emits bright light. 1 mile. 1 mile. And set. Boom. And you can see the volcano there as well. So the good news is that you know that you can actually get to the volcano, which is where you were hoping to get to soon anyways. The bad news is as soon as you get into the mountainous region, you're already going to be sitting yourself 1 hex between you and where a nearby nation is. So already you're going to be kind of going there. It would have been fortunate for you to be able to at least claim 1 hex up in the mountains. But, you know, let's just say it wasn't in the cards for you to have 1 free hex that you can have. The only hex available to you was unfortunately spoiled by a volcano that just so happened to be placed there. Almost like some snake summoned it.
Yeah, he's a dirty snake.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, let's actually get to your, because that's actually what your exploration is showed for you. This huge chunk of land over here, these mountains, and they seem to stretch on for a while. And even to a degree, the depth of the mountains themselves. I mean, you can actually see that right here, there's actually kind of a thin point in the mountains, which might be a reason why they actually have their settlement here, right? You can, of course, see that stream probably by now. And then you can see there's a thick area of the mountains up here and a thick area that exists down here. But all of this down here, it kind of stretches into Paradel, right? Or at least in theory, it stretches into Paradel. So, let's actually get to your kingdom rolls, sir. Before you get to do your kingdom rolls, there was kind of an issue that happened. You see that locust swarm? It was not a small one. It unfortunately is causing consistent issues with your people. You see, the people, they are not happy with the fact that there's a bunch of locusts coming in and eating the crops that they're able to grow, the small amount of foods that they actually have. It's causing not only unrest in all the kingdoms, but is also causing a disruption of stabilities in the kingdoms. I don't know what kind of German bastard would do such a thing, but there's definitely a locust problems happening. So coming over to your kingdom cell, immediately we can see that your unrest for each of the kingdoms is actually going to increase by 1d4. There's a huge amount of unrest. You get to roll that.
God. Again. I need to like... Okay. You know what? I'm not going to complain anymore. It's fine.
Okay. So you go up to 3 unrest. 3 unrest. And then because I'm a kind god, for all of you that might happen to roll worse, you're going to take a penalty to your stability as long as this lasts, equal to 4 minus whatever you roll. So the maximum amount of stability penalty you'll get will be equal to 4 either way. So you have a 3 stability penalty from the event. Oh, nope, that's a minus 3.
Wait, why 3? Oh.
4 minus your unrest. 4 minus the gain unrest. So if you roll the 4 unrest, you get 0 extra stability penalty.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you have to roll your stability check with a 3 unrest and 3 stability penalty.
So a 19. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I had to change all my numbers again real quick.
Yep, of course.
I'll just change.
The other two are staring at this going, no. Jake's like, I finally got my numbers to be.
Well, I'll leave them as is till after I roll, except the stability, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Upkeep phase.
Both you guys injected all that BP into your kingdoms, correct? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so close to that 18. So close to the 18. And unfortunately, you failed by 5 or more. So you have to roll.
If I can roll luck dice.
You can.
If I roll a 2, I don't fail by 5 or more, right?
If you roll a 2, you're still failing by 5. You need to roll a 3 to fail by 4 or less.
I'm gonna take the chance, boys. Damn. I literally can't. I just can't believe it. Okay. That's really bad.
Yeah, it is. So you have to roll another d4 to see how much rest you get this time. Hey! Okay. Not so bad. Not so bad for you. Okay. Cool. That's good news. So you're up to 4 unrest.
Good news. I'm back now up to 5 unrest because I don't have a spy master.
Oh, yeah. That gets adjusted afterwards. But yeah, that's true.
That gets adjusted at the end of the phase.
Yeah. So pay consumption first.
So 21.
Man, everybody else is going to roll horribly. And they're going to be so mad. So mad right now.
I'm smiling. 17. Oh my God. Why do you guys do this? Okay.
Oh, don't worry. I've already decided watching this that I will allow such things in the future, but it has to be directed at a kingdom. They can't do it to all of them. It's the last one I'll allow to be to all of them.
Next is...
But because I had something come else that's also going to affect all of them as well, but that'll also be the last one that gets to affect all of them. Because if you want to affect all of them, it's going to be much smaller for all of them. So after that, my apologies, is you paid your consumption, then you filled magic item vacancies. Do you have any more vacancies?
I have 2 that we haven't rolled for yet.
Yeah, but do you have any more vacancies?
No.
Okay, so then your 2 are filled. We just have to roll for those, which we never did. That's fine. Now you get to, do you want to use your loyalty? Oh, no. Your loyalty
I don't have a royal enforcer. I literally...
Oh, you don't have a royal enforcer yet. Okay, cool. So you can't modify rust. You added the other one on there. Now you're going to go to, like you said, assign leadership. You have no leaders that you can put in there, correct? Your brother is back in place, which is good news. Thank you, Jake.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
No problem.
Love you, buddy.
And then because whoever it was that you had roll, I don't remember who it was, because they rolled so well, both of your advisors are able to return to you and give you news about the volcanoes. Nobody died. Nobody's stuck there or anything like that. So that's good news. The volcano is active, but does not. They have no idea when it's going to blow. They don't think it's going to go for some time.
Okay.
But eventually will blow. It's just occasionally kind of spewing out smoke and whatnot, making the area just not so comfortable. You still can claim that land if you wanted to. You still can mine it if you want to. It actually might not necessarily be a bad thing. It actually could help with if you put a forge there. Or foundry there, I should say. A foundry would benefit from that pretty greatly because you have constant access to heat. That actually could be a good thing. Or it can cause, eventually if that thing ever blew, it could be a bad thing. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, would they say it's fine to claim the hex next to the volcano at this point?
Yeah, at this point, absolutely, it would be. Yeah.
Then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna claim that hex.
Okay. So again, no leaders, so you're gonna claim that hex right there, which gets you to
It's 1 BP.
it costs you 1 BP and gets you to what, sir?
11.
11 hexes. That's gonna be another plains hex. So I get you.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So when you get 11 hexes, that changes things considerably. How many buildings you can build, so on and so forth. Starting
3
next month.
improvements, 2 buildings. Next month?
Starting
Doesn't
next
count
month.
this month?
No.
Dang, I really could have used the 2 buildings this month.
Yeah, nope, next month, sir. But so we're gonna copy and paste this right here for you. This is probably gonna break roll 20, so please bear with me, as I'll have to update immediately after I put this here.
It's looking fine for now.
Yep, but I didn't remove the farm yet. Oh, hey, I didn't break it. That's good news.
Preparing costs what, 1 BP?
My apologies. Preparing costs 1 BP. Yep.
And it's instant.
Yep, because it's plains.
And then it's what, 2 BP for a farm?
You can you build a farm there? It is plains. You can build a farm there if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think it would be best so I get rid of all my consumption.
But that's a regular farm, not a fertile farm, to be clear.
Yeah, it's still minus just 2 consumption, so it's all good.
Okay. So I'll allow you to apply that farm onto your thing to spend the 2 BP off of your thing.
So it's 3 BP total so far. So more. So. It's
And you have
17.
one more improvement you can do if you wanted to do another improvement.
I do. I would make a. I believe this one's done being prepared down here.
It is because you actually prepared it. Yep.
So I'm gonna spend 6 BP for mine.
Oh no, I wanted to do this. Sorry. Oh wait, oh shit. I think I fucked that up. Let me bring it back.
And it's not a foundry mine, right? Because it's every. I don't know how we did how we're doing the math on it.
Because this is additional view, doesn't it? Does this include the additional view? It does not currently include the additional view.
I don't think my hex to the north does either. So let's see half a hex.
No, I'm pretty sure that one to the north might, but give me 1 second. What were you asking me, sir?
It's not a foundry mine, right? Because I don't remember how we decided it. I think we decided actually based on city size, right?
Yeah, the size of your city allows you to get XYZ. Mm-hmm.
So since I'm a town, would this one count as my second foundry mine?
That's where it is, 14. This becomes a 14. Boom. Give me 1 second. Because you count as a town, where are you? I gotta look at your actual sheet. So what he's asking is this over here, Finantaro, whatever the hell it's called. Because he's a town, that means you could actually have, 2.
Okay, so then that means I add another foundry mine.
Because Thorpe doesn't count, so it's village, town, city, metropolis.
Now, in the future, I'll have -2 consumption, since that's coming from...
Hold on, mines I think take a considerable amount of time to create, don't they? They don't actually come immediately, if I remember correctly.
I will look at that right now.
Yeah, double check that for me, sir, my boy, sir.
Mine.
And give me a moment while I'm still trying to figure the rest of the shit out for you.
Oh,
it broke. It always breaks. It's so annoying.
I think it's immediately because I guess it's considered into the preparation time of the thing.
Okay, there you go. I think I have to reroll roll 20, but finally let me fucking do it.
I think I get the bonuses next month to it, or to my consumption, maybe.
What do you mean? My apologies.
I'm not sure. It doesn't say it costs any extra time, just the preparation. Yeah, I don't read anything about it.
How much does mine cost?
6, and I paid it.
Oh nope, that'd be instantaneous then. You are correct.
And because mines work by giving BP when collecting taxes, I would get the -2 consumption added, right, to my BP.
Yep, all that is correct. Yep.
Okay.
So you finish constructing it, and you definitely get the fact that it's a mine immediately added to you. All that is correct. And the other one, who actually has a thing on a hill so far? Is it Nick?
I have a tower.
Yeah, you have a tower on a hill. Okay, let me see how I actually did your miles on that one. 20 is what I said. Okay. So we do 20 for this one. The other one had the elevated, but not the tower on a hill elevated. Okay, cool. Now, can you guys actually see roll 20, or is it broken for you?
It's broken.
Yeah, I thought so. I gotta fix it. I just did it for chat. I gotta do it for you guys. There you go. Cool. So you have your proper view now. All right. So that cost you 6 BP, sir. You're welcome to spend that. Oh, you already did, clearly. Awesome. You finished prepping it. All right. What are you doing for buildings?
I was gonna build an orphanage, but I'm gonna build a wall instead because that's 2 BP and minus is 2 unrest.
So it's gonna be the first wall you're gonna put into your actual kingdom.
And it's gonna be to the north.
A northern wall.
Can you build a wall for like? Is that part of your buildings, or can you just build one wall?
It's part of your buildings. Only houses. The only things that you can do for free are houses. What are they called? Mansions and noble villa. I think are the only ones that are allowed for free.
And I would also build that house for BP. So I'm gonna spend 6 more BP. I'll put the house in this hex over here. That did not copy paste like how I wanted. So a third house.
And houses also reduce unrest, don't they?
Do they?
I'm looking right now. House.
If they do, I'll be living a happy life.
-1 unrest costs 3 BP. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they cost 4 in the new rules we use.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's fine. Then it costs 4 BP, and you reduce 1 unrest.
So and that means I also have a wall. Is a wall on this as a building?
Yeah, you actually don't want to put it over there. I usually put it over here. Wall. So it's called city wall, and you put 1. Wall actually slowly reduces economy and stability. Sorry, it slowly reduces economy while increasing stability, and it increases defense. But most importantly, it reduces unrest by 2 the first time you build a wall. Only the first time. So it's going to reduce your unrest by 3, so you're only down to 2 unrest.
Yes, which is very, very good, and I minus 6 more BP, so I'm at 5.
Okay, because 3 from the house and 3 from the wall.
Yes, 3 from house, 2 from wall, 1 from house. Or yeah,
4 and 2.
Math.
Sorry, 4 and 2.
4 and 2. Yeah, math.
Completely understand. Okay, let's move on. Claim your hexes, build your buildings, create improved settlement, create army, issue edicts. So your people came back. They reported what it is that you see here. Your leaders came back and they report to you that there is a mine there that they think you guys can still get to. They think it's still going to be safe for you to go into. You actually think if you built a foundry there, that it might be safe for you to do, to actually build a foundry there. That might be okay for you to do. But, you know, let's kind of see how things play out in the future. And you can also see just barely on your map, but you can see that probably on the stream, that there's even more hills just north of where that volcano is. So there's a ton of land over there where you can continue to build more and more and more mines for your kingdom, right?
Yeah.
I think you actually have to build, you already did 2 terrain improvements, right?
Yeah, I did too.
So, because you built a mine here, and you built a farm here.
Can I can't prepare, can I actually, sorry, I forget. Can I start preparing a hex or no, because that's part of improvements?
You already have all your hexes prepared, don't you?
I don't think this, oh wait, is the one to the north prepared?
Yeah, I think you already paid for that, yeah.
Okay, then never mind. Then I
Yep,
have
you
nothing
just
else.
did nothing with it, yep. And then there's, by the way, you actually don't benefit from this mine yet, because it's not it's not connected for your foundry, because it's not connected by aqueduct.
Yeah, could you change the mine to the one to the north, because that'd make more sense.
This one would have the aqueduct kind of just come over to it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And that would kind of button
so-
that off.
And I can't build that yet because that's a terrain improvement.
Yep, correct. So you have to wait till
So-
next turn before you can do that, unless you
fine.
unless you wanted to get rid of your farm.
No, the farm does more value.
No problem. So you have it as a regular mine, not as an improved mine. Cool. Moving on. After that is going to be the next thing, which is going to be edicts. You have no other edicts you want to issue?
No, I'll do a diplomatic one next month.
Okay. Income, blah, 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 blah. Collect taxes.
Okay, so
And then get ready
I have,
for an event roll, Sexy.
I have 31 economy now.
Decide who in chat's going to roll for you.
I have decided. I'll roll my economy first, though. So, tax collection.
Yep, you actually roll with a what? Plus 31. Oof, that looks so good.
Yes, I am living life. Normal. Good enough roll. And then on top of that, what's the number? I'm gonna roll a luck, guys.
So you rolled a what? 13 plus 31 is a 44 plus 4 is a 48. So, and this is divided by 3.
Yeah.
Equals 16. So I actually got 2 more BP.
Plus 1 because of the mine.
Okay,
So I got 17 BP.
cool. No. That actually, just so you know, the mines are. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Because they normally add into consumption for the sake of the tracker, but for this situation, I gotcha. Yep. So 17 BP. Add it to your sheet. And who in chat is going to roll for you, sir?
Is LD there?
LD is here. Of course, LD is here. Where else would LD be? Is that? I have something better to do?
Roll me a D100
Hold
and
on.
high's bad.
High is bad. I got me some peanut brittle from a Middle Eastern place. Oh, sorry, Southeast Asian place.
Okay, so I fail. Or it's an event.
LD. Roll me a D100, please.
I don't know what the trackers for the events are, so. Oh god, I don't like 8s.
Nope. There's a beneficial kingdom event.
Oh.
LD.
Nice.
Roll me D100. That's a land rush. Hello.
Oh.
Land rush. Y'all ready for this? Overeager settlers claim an unclaimed hex and construct a farm, mine, quarry, or sawmill at their own expense, but are fighting over ownership. This hex is not a part of your kingdom, so you gain no benefits from it. Productivity, society, and stability decrease by 1. Attempt a loyalty check. If you succeed, unrest increases by 1. If you fail, unrest increases by 1d4. If you construct an identical improvement in an adjacent hex during your next edict phase, remove this event's changes to productivity, society, and stability. How is that a beneficial one?
That sounds like it's universally bad.
No, hold on. I know why. Because you can claim a hex in the future. You can, in the future, claim that hex.
Oh, so like next month I can claim the hex.
Mm-hmm. So I got this.
I would guess maybe it's the volcano, right?
No, they wouldn't take the volcano, but they took the hill.
Hey, that works. That works enough for me.
Hopefully it's gonna break it.
I love the volcano idea. Building like my new capital in a volcano.
There we go. So they actually just went and claimed this hex. So,
I assume they built a mine.
yeah, that's why I put that there. Yep, absolutely. And then I just want to be clear. Where let me get back to land rush one more time. Overeager, they construct a farm, mine, quarry, or sawmill. So it's going to be a mine at their own expense, but are fighting over ownership. This hex is not a part of the kingdom, so you get no benefit from it. Productivity, society, and stability decreased by 1.
In what?
Attempted loyalty track. If you succeed, unrest increases by 1. If you fail, increases by 1d4. If you construct an identical improvement in an adjacent hex in your next edict phase, dude, that's gonna be rough. I don't think you can't. You can't.
It's physically impossible.
Yeah. Oh, this beneficial one's not so beneficial. LD screwed you. It's like when mom told you, "Hey, guess what? Great news! I bought you a video game for your cousin to come over every day to play with." And you're like, "No, he's the one that like farts on me."
If only they like moved to like a farm or whatever, but it wouldn't make sense for the people.
Okay.
Can I claim the hex that they've made?
You can try to take it. That's a different conversation, but we'll get to that in the future. Make your loyalty check, sir.
God. Did you make a loyalty one, or am I rolling royal enforcer?
I don't think I made a basic loyalty one. Roll Royal Enforcer, that's fine. Don't forget to update your stats first.
Yep. There should be 20 already. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I didn't update the control DC, but I beat it still.
It's 32.
Yeah.
Yep, you beat it still. Okay, cool. So, because that means your unrest increases by 1.
Wait. The royal. I did increase my control DC. Oh, did you do it?
No, I didn't touch it, but that's okay.
I don't think. Yeah.
It just probably didn't update it over there. So your unrest increases by 1 to a 3. Yay. Okay.
God.
We're done with you. Oh, no, we're not done with you. There's a locust problem. How do you handle it?
How do you deal with locusts?
Ma'am, you can turn to chat and ask them. You can turn to these two and ask them. Whatever your kingdom tries, that you can give your 2 friends here advice, because they're going to have to deal with it next.
Smoke them out.
I would get every citizen available to help deal with come up with I guess I get the advisors, we'd come up with a solution, and we'd get the people to assist in our destruction of them.
So, which advisor is going to head this up?
It's problems within and without the kingdom. So I imagine it would be the Sentinel and the I would do it with the Sentinel.
The Sentinel is handling something.
Oh, he is, yeah. Then I would do the Hearth Tender and Sage, the people. And
Lenny!
helping Lenny with his magic and knowledge and come up with a solution to deal with them.
Okay. So, you want Gorzo. Who's heading this up, Lenny or Gorzo?
I would have Gorzo heading it up with Lenny helping.
Huh? Stability check, so no bonus there. 1 moment, sir.
God. My stats are so bad because of this unrest.
Mm-hmm. Don't complain to these two. They haven't rolled yet. You know they're going to be rolling 4s.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch how you complain, man.
It doesn't change the stability, okay? Stability's still going to be the same.
It's like complaining that your foot hurts to somebody who lost their leg. You know, calm down now. You know?
At least their foot doesn't hurt, okay?
Wow.
It's called phantom pain, you insensitive prick.
Nick feels it in his heart all the time. So, so anyways, you're going to be rolling with, that's right, and they're actively supported, right? Because it's Gorza. So,
Yes.
Gorza, where are you? I have to click on you. Your modifiers for this, sir. Now, is the counselor the best decision for this roll? She's going to be rolling with a +3, and as a counselor, she gets a bonus of 1. So she has a +4, and then because she's actively supported, she has a +5. You get to roll with a 1d20 +5. However, you're taking a -2 penalty to this roll. It's a 1d20 +3, and you have no idea what the DC is. Don't forget about the DCs that I posted for you guys before.
Yeah, well, anyone that I would have used is already out of business, so... And I'm not going to send my architect in. I rolled a 7, so I don't think I'm going to luck that. Don't think I'm going to succeed the DC.
And a DC of 10, unfortunately, you are not going to succeed the DC. The problem gets worse, but the unrest does not grow. It stays where it is. We'll see what happens at the beginning of next turn.
The stability effect stays the same as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For now. All right. Your brother has returned. Everything's going well for you guys. You know that they're with the north, the kingdoms are going to be. You of course see what's happening around you. You know, with the north, the kingdoms are going to be stretching on. I believe the next kingdom roll is actually going to be over on Nick's side, right?
Yep.
Is there any at this moment? Is there any RP or anything like that your characters care to have with each other, or any questions that you have of your advisors? And then we just kind of focus in on before we allow more time to pass while you're waiting for the north to come down, or new problems to present themselves.
Just me informing them that I've seen another tribe to the north.
Would the two of you react in any way? You can almost imagine that you don't necessarily have to have a council meeting. You can have almost like a runner sent back and forth between you three.
Tessa wouldn't worry about it, but then being notified, he would notify them that we've scouted at least a large portion of a kingdom to my southeast.
As for me, do I have any idea where anyone's situated? Because, you know, I've been around a long time. Do I know any of these warlords?
Unfortunately, it changes so often that you couldn't possibly know.
Well, I do have the trait friend in every town. So, you know, I do have a friend in every town that can let me know.
Yeah, every town in Australia, but you're in Kajinx, you know.
Yeah. All right, yeah, no. Then, all right.
I will let them know I'm opening up. I'm gonna be opening up diplomatic talks with that kingdom soon, with that clan soon.
The one that's down to the south?
Yeah.
Nick, are you going to be doing diplomatic talks? Are you going to,
No.
Okay. And Jake, I don't know if you were also going to be doing any exploring yourself or anything like that, but, you know.
Yeah, I wanted a hex directly above me.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
But that's not exploring, though. That's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit, what was I saying? Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to map out those for you, but I'll deal with that some other time. That's not a matter of exploring. That's a matter of just kind of claiming when it's your turn. So then, if there's nothing specific you guys wanted to go over at the moment, nothing for you guys to actually kind of delve into, then the next we're gonna have happen is Nick. You're gonna go with your next kingdom roll to see how this happens, and this is gonna be the first time you have all that monies and whatnot involved. You actually get to have luck dice and everything involved. You're actually full-fledged all in. So don't forget that because of the incredible locust problem that is happening right now, you unfortunately have to roll for how much unrest you get. 1d4.
Son of a bitch.
So your unrest goes from a whopping 0 to 3.
It was looking so good.
You also have from an event a -1 to your stability. Now we actually have to start your kingdom rolls. So the first thing we got to do is have you roll your stability check to see if you can increase or decrease your whatchamacallit.
Right. Stability check. Which is that a button?
Yeah. Just make sure your stats are correct on your character sheet.
Yeah, I got probably. Yeah, because it all just went down. You son of a bitch. All right. And is that upkeep?
Yes, sir.
Don't suck.
Oh my God! Did everybody else see that one? The prediction is still
tickled.
going.
It tickled it. Oh my god, I was so scared for a second for you, Nick.
That prediction is still going. Who rolled a 90-20 earlier?
It was Nick, I think.
Oh, it was me.
you.
It was me
Yeah.
as Nick. Yeah. That prediction is still sitting there. So I was, you know. All right. Nick, there's a stability check, so you guys to reduce that unrest back from a 3 down to a 2.
Sweet.
Dang, you still have a plus 22.
Yeah.
Next thing you're gonna do is pay your consumption of 4.
Oof. Out of my treasury.
Yep. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is to do you have any vacant magic item slots?
I don't think so.
Yeah, garrison, all those. None of those make magic items, so you're good there. All right, next thing you're going to do is, do you want to try to modify your unrest? You actually have a Royal Enforcer. You actually have Hoko Lightspear now. So you just have to roll a 9 or high. So no matter what, if you choose to modify your unrest, you automatically, your unrest goes down by 1. If you fail the check, which means if you roll less than a 9, you lose 1 loyalty, but unrest still goes down. If you succeed, you just have unrest go down. Don't forget you do have luck dice to assist you, and don't forget you still had that. No, you used Winifred's wisdom. Never mind.
Yeah. We'll roll Royal Enforcer.
Okay, make sure that your attributes on your character sheet are correct, and then
right, I have to adjust them.
I would use. I don't know if you know this, Nick, but the banner. So like when you open up a character sheet, if you double click the banner of that character sheet, it shrinks it down, so you can kind of like keep it on Roll20 open. Then you can double click it and it makes it big again.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, nifty little feature. So you got 30, 25, 21, 23.
Yep.
Cool. We'll allow you to roll that. Hopefully it goes well.
You shut the fuck up.
I was like, she's looking. By the way, last time you reacted before I even saw the die roll. Like you saw the result before I even saw the die roll.
Yeah, I you guys are all on a delay for me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Boom.
Oh, nice. So you just remove your unrest by 1. This is why Jake needs to ball up a little bit. So you bring that down to only a 1 unrest, which is amazing.
Damn, sucker.
Okay. You're like, I'm not even going to solve the locust problem. We're just going to eat them.
Yeah, problem solved.
Yeah. We just deal with it. Perfect. Cool.
Yeah, and my consumption should go down too.
maybe Jake, if he has the right advisor, take care of that, can do the same thing. All right, sir.
I was planning on eating them anyway.
Yeah, of course. You're from Jinxie. You're like, who's this for? Awesome. Assign leadership. Nick, you have no new roles to fill, right? Because you guys haven't found RP to actually add people in, which is fine. Claim hexes and whatnot. You're currently sitting at 9 hexes. You can only claim 1 right now if you wanted to.
Yep. This guy right here.
Okay. So we're going to copy and paste the hex. Are you immediately going to, because that's considered plains, even if there's a river going through it? Are you going to immediately prepare it?
Yes.
Okay. So that costs you 2 BP, and are you going to make a farm on it?
I was going to turn it into a settlement. I don't know how to do that.
Can you have you can have a farm on a settlement. You can do all of that, yes. Settlement also costs you. So 1 to take, 1 to prepare, 2 to make a farm. That's 4 so far you're taking down. So we're just going to copy and paste this over here.
Just let me quickly double check to make sure I want that a farm. Because it could be a fishery, correct?
Yeah, fisheries are more expensive and actually have less return. The cool thing is you can have it be a farm and a fishery.
Cool.
But farms are more immediately beneficial.
All right, farm it is.
Cool. So you're going to turn it into a farm, which is, again, good news. So you just spent 4 BP off of your treasury down to, what, 17, I think?
Yep.
Okay. Don't forget to add farm onto your farms. So you have the total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And increase your land. You have another plains. So this becomes 7 plains. And farms over here become 5. So that keeps your consumption nice and low. Cool.
How many territories can you prepare in a round?
You can do 2 terrain improvements.
All right, because this hill I want to prepare as well.
Oh, the one that you hadn't started yet?
Correct.
So preparing a hill costs how many? Does anybody remember?
2.
Actually, I think I got it right here. Hills prepare 2 BP.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be ready until next turn, so I'll change that to a 1. Okay. Ooh, it didn't change for me, though. It's not putting a timer on that. That's weird. Maybe I can do as the DM. There we go. I did. Cool. So it's not prepared yet, obviously. Cool. And Nick, you said you're going to make a settlement, correct?
Correct.
First and foremost, Nick, what are we going to name our new settlement? And do we get settlement music? Like, burp, 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 settlement.
Yeah, confusion. Name shit. I didn't know I was gonna have to do that.
You want to name the settlement shit?
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
Shito.
Oh,
Damn. Ouch.
Chat, give me suggestions. I'm bad at this. It looked just like rolling.
Poopy. That's what its name is for now.
Poopy.
Yep, until you come up with a better one.
God, why are you like this?
Because my parents don't love me enough. So,
Fair
it's going to be a Thorpe. Immediately as soon as you build it, you actually get immediately as soon as you build it, you actually are able to put a house in there. That house does not automatically modify on rest. You just get a free house when you make a settlement. Does not modify on rest. And you can put it wherever you'd like in the town. They're giving you some names down there.
Sweet.
Give them a minute to go over that.
I kind of like that. We'll call it Shinrotar. Everything's gonna have Shin in it.
Give me one moment. I'm getting this prepared for you. So I'm going to put you
Did you
back.
So you did name it Poopy, you fucking.
Well, just while I was waiting. Okay. And then we made it so that you actually have a nice little star on it, which is nice. So you know that that's a backup. It's not a gold one, it's a silver one, right? And so what are you naming it, sir?
Rotar. It sounds good. Don't know what it means. Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. Can you press enter? Thank you. Shin Rotor. Change this down here. Rename to Shin Rotor. Shin Rotar. Where are you gonna put that free house? Ooh, got a shiver.
That is a good question. Probably we'll keep it the same.
Bottom left or whatever. Okay. Now, is there anything that you want to build inside here other than your one free house?
So I only get to build once this round, correct?
One building this round. Technically speaking, is it one per location? I think it's just one. I don't think it's one per location. I think it's just one.
I think it's one as well,
it's
besides
one.
the free house.
Well, classic Naran style. We're gonna go straight for a barracks, I think.
How does it take to build a barracks, Celsior?
1 month.
Does he get a water border? Yes, he does. He actually gets it over here. Thank you so much, Snaga. I'll get that set up. 1 month.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. There's your river over there. So put it wherever you want it to be, and then remember it's the full cost of whatever a barracks is. I don't know how much that is.
Yep, I just paid it 6 PP.
Okay, and you just put it there. And then we just put like a 1 month or whatever next to it, or however you want to mark that, so you know it's not ready yet. Cool. And water burner. That's funny, Viking. That's funny. I just got that. Cool. So we're gonna have that barracks put in there for you, sir. And so we're gonna take a step back. And barracks is not ready yet, so you get no benefits for that yet. You get it, I think, at the start of next turn. Oh wait, is it only 1 month? You said?
It's
Yeah.
1 month.
Oh, that means instantaneous.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. You know, if it's 1 month, you get it instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. You get barracks. We get to add it in here. Yay, barracks. What does the barracks give you?
It's a good question. I didn't even know.
It gives you. I have it open right here. It
Plus
gives
2
you
defense. I'm pretty sure.
minus unrest, plus 2 defense, plus 1 law.
Did you just reduce your unrest again by 1 more?
I did.
Wow.
That is beautiful.
So your unrest just went from oh my god, you back down to 0?
Back to 0.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. So you still have to deal with the problem. That's why you still have -1 stability going on, but you just dealt with that unrest like it was nothing. You just gobbled it up. All right, cool. Jake's just watching you guys have good fortunes, waiting for his moment to fail. All right, so you claimed a hex. You did 2 terrain improvements, which is prepare the hex and put the farm on the hex, right? Then you put the the settlement on there. Got the free building, and also built a building on there. This is all in a month, so a bunch of people going over there. Are you issuing any edicts? Were you going to do any diplomatic edicts right now? Were you going to wait afterwards? Because I know you just spent a bunch of PP, so you're down to only 9.
9. Yeah. I'm gonna wait. I have to look over the edicts. Honestly, I don't know.
And you
what
already
I'm
spent
gonna
the
do.
6. Yeah, you already spent the 6. Cool. So, you're gonna wait. You're not gonna do anything at the moment. Cool. This does increase your districts to 2, which means your DC actually goes up a little bit there. Cool. So you should be all set now with 5 farms, 4 roads, and a partridge and a pear tree. All right, cool. But you're still only kingdom size 10. You're not an 11 yet, which means you don't get the additional benefits of that yet. Cool.
Sure.
Awesome. And we started the campaign, tonight's session with Jake rolling. So you guys are, after doing all this and kind of like claiming that land and just trying to like rush people there to get them prepared, you have your watchtower to watch after you to make sure that if anything's coming your way, that you would see it coming. And nothing like that is happening, at least not as of yet. You don't see any armies forming, and in the future you probably will, but for now you don't see any armies forming. For you, you can see what's happening down here, Cell, but this is very temporary. It's not going to last very long because this is just kind of like an update that was given to you by your explorers that kind of got this whole area ready. Nifty. As for the area that's currently considered explored, I'll draw on the map in a second to show that to you. Back to you guys. So obviously we're talking several weeks have passed since everything transpired, since you're able to get your brother back, since the locust hit, since you found out about the volcano. A considerable amount of time has passed. Oh, Nick, we almost forgot.
Yeah.
Who in chat is rolling for you?
He also has to roll for the locust solution.
Oh, I know. It's part of the events. Who else is going to roll for you?
I don't know. Who wants it?
All right. Let's do it for Sir Keegan.
All right.
What's bad, up or down?
Let's go up is bad.
Lundane, we'll let you finish it up. Up is bad, so he has to roll a 1 to 25 to keep you out of an event. Waiting for it. Oh, he did an exclamation point and then put a 1 there. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Oh! You don't get an event!
Wow. Keegan, my man.
I actually rolled a natty 1 on that too. I think there's a 50% chance that natty 1 rewards you. Hey, Lundane, roll a D100. If it's a 51 or higher, we'll reward with that natty 1. Hey, Nick, guess what? They said that you're going to get a natty 1. Does that count?
No, he didn't roll it. Yeah, one of us have to roll it.
All right, Sal, you shut your mouth.
Oh! Oh!
It doesn't help you, Nick.
Did I get it?
Nick, that's that the locust problem is resolved. You see, what happened was you have a swarm of locusts that come into the area. It's absolutely horrible, and you have to deal with the unrest and everything. You were working to build a barracks, just dealing with these friggin' locusts. You have your people that are overcome all these problems. Eventually, you just decide, I know what to do. You set out bait to call the sturges in. Sturges, they feed off of large creatures, sure. That's how they have their... But sturges also will feed off small creatures as well. They feed off anything. Sturges are the worst. Sturges are the, scourge of the area. You literally put out baits to have sturges come in because your people know how to deal with sturges. And the sturges just come through and just gobble the shit out of the locusts. They just eat the hell out of them. And this is one of those things where you just, a combination of that and your own people frying them up and eating them because they're accustomed to eating all sorts of weird things out of Eldamar, you just deal with the problem. Nothing whatsoever. You don't have to actually roll to deal with the locust problem. It has been resolved. We'll remove that -1 to stability. Over and Nick, remove that -1 to stability. Bam. You might want to update your stats on your character sheet because you are good to go now, sir.
Very nice.
Yeah, that went very well. All right, cool. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that actually went
Wow.
extremely well. Oh, hello, Sinatra. I just saw that. I'll just have to hold on to that one. I didn't notice it just now. Oh, poor Jake. I'll hold on to it for next time. We'll use it some
Can
other
you
way. Yes.
can you send me the land rush event so I can read it, so I understand what to minus for my thing?
Yeah. Let's just copy and paste it. So we'll come
you.
over here. We'll copy. And then we'll come over here and we'll paste it.
I was fully expecting to eat shit on that event roll. I'm very shocked.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, Sir Keegan got your back. So I think he maybe even made one of your advisors. I could be mistaken. But all right. Back to actually bringing things to the campaign. So one of the things that you guys notice is, of course, things aren't always super calm and whatnot. The good thing is, Jake, your people have actually a decent amount of scouting that they can maintain. Oh, did you finally build your barracks here? Did I not update this? Oh, it's because your kingdom roll hasn't happened yet for you to finish getting the barracks there. But that's fine. So we're going to come down over here. I'm going to do this real
Are
quick.
you talking about the watchtower?
Yeah, that's not into your kingdom roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you are. So, unfortunately, while this has been somewhat in the sight of you guys for a little while, nobody seemed to notice that it was there. Jake, your kingdom with your scouts are able to notice that there's a bit of activity. I don't know if you can see it, if you have to watch on stream or whatnot, because things are kind of broken on your side. But there's been a bit of activity happening over near the border of your lands. You're able to see that there's been some movement in that area of people showing interest. The exact numbers as to what's able to come in, that's a really good question. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a stability check to see if your scouts can actually figure that out without actively sending scouts in, which you would have to do on your own turn.
Yeah.
Okay. You're actually able to discern. You think that moving group of orcs, you don't know if it's a whole army or if it's just a small patch of them, but it's actually 50 orcs, Karak, from a tribe. As far as you can tell, it could be a whole tribe. It could be just part of one. But you see 50 Karak have been moving around. And you can see them kind of like moving up onto the hills there. The important thing now to kind of go over is the details that you've been receiving from your people to the south. Now, you know that, as we've discussed beforehand, there's actually down here, you can probably see me pinging on the map. Actually, let me fix it. Your roll 20 for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably fixed now. You can see pinging down here. You know, down in this region over here, there happens to be that massive lake that we had discussed beforehand, right? Now, the thing about that massive lake is that it houses a lot of karak. Depending on what time of year it is for what kind of karak are going to be there. Remind you, to those of you that are new to the channel, karak is a culture that's predominantly orc and half orc, but it includes many different races. Back to you. You know that you actually had your spy master actually had sent one of your best spies, one of your best scouts, a ranger of sorts, to kind of go and join on to one of those groups. They've been leaving behind bits of notes and parcels and whatnot for you to gain word of what's been transpiring. You're actually able to find out that there is one particular tribe down there whose name I'm slowly trying
Wildfire?
Wildfire. Recall. Wildfire tribe down there that is actually trying to grab hold of the area. A massive grab of land. One of the things that you discover is that one of the more daring things that they had done not too long ago, you actually get a double report. It gives you kind of like everything all at once in the package that the Triaxion was able to grab. Was that they actually, a group of them accidentally came across a living dead, right? One of the specters happened to come through in the area. Now, the specters, they had accidentally brought them across a tribe, and it devastated that tribe. It actually continued to branch out from there and became a considerable number of these creatures. Now, you noticed a little bit of activity along your border, but not so much that it would be noteworthy to you. You actually didn't see it spread so much that it really impacted your kingdom. Probably a good thing. However, that's not the more alarming report that you did come across. While that certainly caused a bit of a power vacuum, and eventually that tribe was able to merge with other ones, you found out that the same tribe, the
Wildfire
tribe, also did a bit more work in the middle of the winter. This is the more recent report that you're receiving. Now, winters in Kajinxi are harsh, to say the least. Most people can't survive them without incredible amount of cover, a steady supply of food, which is usually going to be either other tribes that you can kill and eat, or say be by a lake. They had situated themselves a considerable amount to the west of where they are now. What they had discovered over there was apparently there is a almost like a moat or an area, like a well of dark energy, where it seems like these creatures might be coming from. Trying to utilize this area to their advantage, they were tasked with grabbing another tribe, and as part of a test because they like what happened in the east by accident, and leading that other tribe intentionally to this moat, to this area, to antagonize the creatures that were within, which naturally sap the energy. They had like a mage of sorts that, or shaman of sorts, that discovered this by kind of doing a little bit of rituals over in the area that it saps the energy, to sap as much energy of those people as possible to see if it would kill them. Sap their energy it did, and it slaughtered that tribe, killed so many of them, but also eventually ripped open the fabric between this realm and that one, and spewed out a ton of undead. They fled for their lives, and they were able to retreat and get away. There was an incredibly massive number of undead that poured out, again, very far to the west of where you are. So you feel relatively safe about this. But those kind of practices from a tribe that is very successful with it and has no reason to stop using them is very, very dangerous. But that's still not the scariest thing that was discovered. While they were traveling through the Barren Lands, and you've heard of these creatures before, there was a massive shadow-like creature that was flying overhead. It almost looked like the night as it was flying around overhead. And it almost seemed to be searching for something. Until eventually, it seemed to like what it found in their group. The one in their group that actually had the ability to use magic, any degree of magic whatsoever, something that's not looked well upon in the Barren Lands by most. This creature took a landing on top of them and consumed them. Literally just devoured whatever they were. Something from within them. Harvested it outside of them, consumed them, and left them dead. Then it returned back to the portal or void or moat or whatever it is you want to call it. The area where this reality and the other one, the fabric between the two are weakened. It returned to that and disappeared again. Creatures like that you've heard stories about, but you've never encountered. You wouldn't want to encounter, because there's no way that you think that you'd actually be able to say, well, that's not true. You have the Ashen Orc. You're probably a little overconfident, wrongfully overconfident. So anyways, that's what you got from your report. Oh, and the report finished with, we're heading south.
Okay.
Did he name the city?
So,
He actually probably would have named the city south. I don't actually, I don't have my notes pulled up. Sel, do you know what it is off the top of your head?
Yeah, Deadport.
Deadport to the south. You do not know where that city is. But you have an advisor who might.
well, I assume irithyll is the one that gave me this information.
Irithyll is the one that gave you the information that was delivered to him from the Triaxian Lyra.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to want to talk to irithyll about it.
Okay, so you're going to speak to Irithyll. Irithyll, as described beforehand, is kind of like old, and he definitely looks, let's just say he looks very seasoned and crusty. Even if he is not actually as old as he would come off as looking. So you're going to speak with Irithyll.
Irithyll, I've read these reports. What do you make of them?
Well, there is a tribe that is to the west of here, that is causing a bit of concern. Something that's going to need to be handled. It seems as though they got more daring in this past winter than they were ever before. Now, our spy does inform us that during the winter months, at least for now, when their daring takes place, they settle much further to the west than they usually do. That means their daring doesn't affect us, but they do head east, not far outside our borders, for the summer. And if they choose to get daring in the summer, or choose to stay beyond it, that is where our concern will be. There is a bit of good news that is in the reports as well. I'm not sure if you had noticed it, but the group of people that our spy happens to travel with, one of them is the daughter of the chieftain to this tribe.
And what do you suggest we do with that information?
Well, he is close to her. That means that he will know her weaknesses. I think if we can have him entice her to take his place, her father's place, sooner rather than later. She's young and foolish and headstrong. She looks to act without the experience her father has. It may cause the tribe to consume itself with time, or we have him strike. She trusts him fairly well. Her in her father's position, with a well-placed arrow, could cause some degree of warring between different tribes. We'll just have to make sure we have an appropriate extraction. He's done well. We wouldn't want to leave him behind.
That is true. What if we start the flow of information into that clan that the daughter thinks she's ready to take over?
You wish to send spies in. It is difficult to sway the minds of the Karak in the Barren Lands. You know how uncivilized they are.
They also cling to power. And any thought of uprisings are usually dealt with swiftly. Now, if your spy could then, once this word gets out, if he could feed her that he thinks she's ready and try and put her on a course, maybe we can split the tribe. Half for her, half for him. Let them fight amongst themselves, reduce their numbers, so we can deal with them another day.
Well, we could do this, but we're going to have a harder time getting word down to him. You see, he's going to be all the way down to Deadports. So far to the south, I don't know of Deadports. Perhaps Lyra would. And perhaps getting word to him could be by sending the voice of Varix.
You know as well as I do, the voice of Varix is away. The one that stands in his place is no negotiator. He's there because he needs to be. We must await the true voice of Varix to come return.
To NPC XYZ is what's there right now. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then we can send word that these musings, these reports we're receiving very late. Think of it. We're already in
May.
We're already in May, and this happens in the heart of winter. The longer we delay, further behind we receive the reports. We've been receiving them nearly half a year behind their transpiring.
Well,
We can try
the first thing I
to-
think we should do is to start spreading discord amongst the other clans. Let them know that this
To be clear,
tribe
do you mean
works
tribes or do you mean clans?
with, tribes.
Ah,
Let them know that let the word get out that this tribe works with the spirits. Let that spread. And irithyll, do whatever you think is best. You are suited for this job. When you were first sent to me, I didn't want you. You didn't want to be here. Somebody else held the position you hold now. And through not physical strength, but your strength of character, your intellect, you have risen to where you are now, and I rely on you heavily. That's why when time came to look to the north, you were the one I told. Now, irithyll, you have set yourself up well in the south. Continue and do what you think is best. Report in to me, but I would like you to handle this.
very well, but understands anybody I send down there to sow discord, they're going to be in a bit of danger. It's going to require supplies. It's going to require costs to be able to do this. It's going to require trained peoples. I'm going to have to procure some assets. I'll put together the bill soon enough, but understand this is not a closed number. It will grow as time goes.
Well, that is our job. That is why we are here. I can't shirk my responsibility at the first sign of strain on our coffers. However, try and procure those who are native, who have come from the Barren Lands, not those born in Kijinxi. They're more easily saw through.
They're also going to be a bit more difficult to sway. I'll do it, of course. One last detail that I must ask.
Yes.
Did you want to try to establish more direct and rapid communication with our companion? We could potentially do so. Your ally that you've made to the east, the Shadow Tessel. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but he has a gnome on his council, and not just any gnome. A gnome who actively works for the Arcane Congress. It is possible that through him we can get our hands on some sending stones.
But I'll bring it up with Tessel, and I'll let you know whether we have any success with that.
Oh, again, an expensive thing, and puts our spy in a bit more danger to carry about, but luckily he's surrounded by people who do not understand magic, and so hopefully they won't be able to understand what he carries. In the meanwhile, we'll see what this gnome can do. It's bad enough he's here.
Well, he's not with us. Well done, irithyll. Continue.
And so obviously we kind of finish up that stuff. Nick, going over to your kingdom, you actually give it a task to, who was it on your kingdom? You gave the important task to, I'm actually trying to remember who it was. Oh, no, no, you didn't actually. You didn't have anybody specifically that you were doing anything with, or did you? Because your spy master was kind of handling the other stuff. Tonscrewed actually already handled the other thing. So actually, you're good to go there for now. Cool. Because your next month's kingdom rolls, so after Jake does his, I'm going to start forcing events on you guys on top of the ones that you get randomly given to you as well. Cool. Those aren't necessarily bad things. Those are they can be good or bad or so on and so forth. They're opportunities more than anything else, including the ones I mentioned coming from Patreon. So, actually, I don't think you didn't have any of your advisors actively working on anything. Cool.
No, I don't think so.
That's potentially good news. Let me just check the map over here real quick. Yeah. I think you are good right now. How many months has it been? It's been a decent number. So you guys are about to start month 4. Okay. And I start doing that stuff on month 4. Cool. So why don't we actually, next session, we can get into even more of this stuff. I know we started with Jake doing a kingdom roll. I actually want to do one more with him just to get you guys finished up on the final month here to get things going. Maybe we can get Jake to finish his locus. Things can go well for him.
It's so bad, dude. I got 18 stability right now.
So Jake, do you want to make sure that your character sheet appropriately reflects your wonderful? Oh, actually, no, you can't do that yet. First, you have to roll me a d4. Unless you want Anno to roll it. Oh,
2.
not bad. Okay, so your unrest just goes up to 5, and your stability also gets a -2. Okay. I need you to go ahead and roll me that stability check, please, sir. Make sure your character sheet is correctly updated for you. Who is Alarms?
25, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's Sirens.
Sorry, 23 currently. So you have control is 20, control is 31, stability is 23.
Yeah. Okay. That's updated.
Ooh,
All right.
good news, sir. Why don't you go ahead and roll down your unrest from 5 to 4? Got you right there. Cool. And then we can go over. And the next thing you're going to do, sir, sir, is you're going to where are you? Pay your consumption.
Just 1.
Next thing you do is fill magic item slots, which I don't think you have any magic item slots, do you? Oh wait.
I have 1.
Yeah. So what are you rolling for you last time? Who's rolling for you this time?
Whoever the next person who rolls.
Next person who rolls. Wow. Okay, that's fine. So 51 or higher, a magic item is created. And after that is done, you're going to modify and rest. Would you like to make your loyalty check with Mortifer to try to reduce that? You just have to roll 5 or higher to succeed.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Where is it?
Lundane made you a magic item, so that you are owed 1.
Thank you.
Okay, that is a beautiful roll, sir. So that actually reduces your unrest by 1 more, from a 4 down to a 3. Beautiful. After that, sir, you're going on to the next phase, which is going to be your assigned leadership. You have no leaders to assign at the moment, correct?
I do not know.
Cool. Then that's going to bring us over to your claim hex phase, where you're going to claim a hex.
I'm going to claim a hex, the one above me.
Which one? This one right here? Cool. All right. Are you immediately preparing and building something on it, or no?
Yes.
What are you
Is that a
preparing?
hill?
Prepare and
Nope.
build a farm.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll take care of that for you. This is probably going to break roll 20 because it's been garbage lately.
Oh, hello.
And you realize that you just built right next to another kingdom right there. So it's going to cost you 4 BP to do all that, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even see it on my side.
Okay.
So you just reduced your BP by 4?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's actually increase your, because that considered fertile lands. It is. So increase that to 5 farms there. But your plains also go up. Did you, oh, you already modified that? Cool. So you're good to go
I
there?
haven't modified it, but if it was, yeah, I haven't touched it.
Yeah, now you're at 10 hexes, right? Or you're 11?
Yeah.
6, 8, 10. Oh, 11.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great news. 10 planes. That means you're not your your stuff for building a kingdom starting next round. You can gain 2 hexes a round. You can build more, so on and so forth. But for now, you can't. That's next turn. Cool.
Yep.
All right, back to you, sir. So you, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever it might be, you guys all realized, Nick, you have 1 hex between you and that. Jake, you were immediately adjacent to that one. Cell, you have 1 hex between you and this one, and you have this little runaway guy right up here too. Things are starting to get interesting on your world map. Already starting to feel like civilization. So, and then you can also start to see whatever this is around here. All right. So back to your kingdom event, sir. You're going to go to claim that hex. Prepared 1 terrain improvement. One of your terrain improvements was preparing the hex, so you can't do any more terrain improvements. But this is done now. Oop.
Yep.
So where are you? There's a watchtower. There you are. So that watchtower now gains its expanded view, which I have to modify right now. Oop. It's not over here. Sorry. It's over here. This is probably going to break roll 20. I'm just going to keep saying that until it breaks roll 20. Changes the miles from 14 to 20. Yep, look at that. Broke roll 20 before I even finished it. Did it break it for you guys too?
Yep.
Okay. Look how much more you can see now. There you go. You guys can see so much more down there now. You can see that he's on a hill. You can see there's another hill right there. And actually, you can see almost like 3 hills in a row right there, which if you were to grab, or even 4 hills fanned out, imagine building like, if you're building out, having a network of towers that went like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's actually...
I already planned that out. Yeah.
And then just make sure you take this hill too. Just kill whoever's there.
That one's fine.
All right. So anyways, back to what we were doing. No new settlements. Any edicts? Are you going to issue an edict? Are you going to try to issue espionage edict?
I need to read up on the edicts, to be honest.
So you talk to him about it, but you want to maybe issue it next turn?
Yeah, because it would take too long to go through right now. We don't have the time.
Okay.
I don't want to screw myself over.
And are you thinking about maybe with your allies here? Maybe trying to reach out to Lenny, see if Lenny can acquire something for you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you can spend BP from your treasury to be able to acquire that. That would actually cost you 1 BP. We'll get to that in a moment, though, okay? So back to the kingdom stuff. So nothing else happening here. No armies, no edicts, no any of that stuff. Back to income phase. Withdrawals from the treasury. Make deposit of the treasury, sell expensive items. So you're actually going to try to make a withdrawal from the treasury to be able to purchase this item that you try to get your hands on. So whenever you withdraw from the treasury, unrest increases by the number of BP withdrawn. However, this isn't for you. This is for your kingdom. So you can try to prove to your kingdom that you're not trying to steal from them with a simple loyalty check.
Okay.
Make sure your stats are updated before you... I don't have a simple loyalty macro for you yet, so you just roll your roll enforcer one.
Updated.
Okay. Roll for Missa. Control DC of 32.
There we go.
It still says control DC of 29.
I know. It's updated on my sheet, but it just keeps going through that.
Royal Enforcer has a static value. That's why.
Oh. Apparently I have to update that, and that's why. Okay. Cool. Thank you, sir. Either way, so 45, you crush it. Your people believe you. They don't cause any unrest. They believe you that this money is being withdrawn, so you can remove 1 BP from your treasury. And it's going to be given
and my unrest actually goes down 1 as well for the thing being built, right?
What thing? Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
watchtower.
Yep. Oh, and did we actually add watchtower over here? We did not. So that's actually 3 watchtowers over here. Boom. Unrest goes down by 1 for that. So it goes down to a 2. So up to a 5 and down to a 2. That's beautiful. Oh, we didn't do buildings either before we did this. Were you building buildings?
Yes, I am building a... Where is that? Alchemist.
Oh, you're immediately jumping into that for her? Now this takes what?
I have to.
It takes
because
what?
that blood will expire otherwise.
How long does it take to
It takes
build?
3 months though.
Okay, so 6 BP a month for 3 months.
Yeah.
Where are you putting it? It has to be adjacent to a house.
Does it actually?
Yep. So you have to build a new house and put it adjacent to it.
Can I do that?
Yep. Building a new house, you can always do one house for free, but it costs you the 4 BP. And it removes your unrest by 1.
Put the.
Who watches the Watchers? Oh, wasn't there a movie? A Russian movie? Do I have it? I have it somewhere. It was called Night Watch and Day Watch. And I think Who Watches the Watchers was a part of it. I'm pretty sure it was a Russian film called Night Watch. And its sequel is Day Watch. And they did some like really cool stuff with subtitles long before people did cool stuff with subtitles.
And the house reduces unrest as well, right?
The house reduces unrest by 1.
Beautiful, 1 unrest. Okay.
And where are you putting this thing? Down to 1 unrest. Sexy. Right here?
Yes, that's where I'm putting it. So
right.
I'll put it next to it.
Lack of capital H bothered me. Has anybody else seen that Russian film? The Night Watch and Day Watch? No? Chat? By myself? Okay, that's cool. Whatever. And we know it's not going to be ready for 2 more months, right?
Yeah.
Put it on here. 6 BP per month X2. Okay, so we know that you owe that each month. Cool. And so she doesn't have her alchemist lab yet, but eventually it will be there. Did you increase the number of houses you have down here?
No, I have not.
Okay, just increase that real quickly for yourself, and then we'll move on. After that, sir, is going to be, as we already talked about with the treasury, you're now going to collect taxes.
I'll have to update this again.
I think everything should be updated for, oh no, because the unrest.
Yeah.
So 32, 15, 29, and 28. You're on your own, comrade. What? This is shit. This good film.
All right. So what was next? Sorry, taxes. What was it?
Si, senor. Why aren't you at aggressive taxes yet? Come on, man. Why aren't you crushing?
Alright, so taxes.
Oh, you might want to luck that.
I'll try. That doesn't even cover my thing.
Or the 5 plus 15. Ouch.
Whoops, wrong
If
one.
you roll a 4, you get 2 more BP.
Oh, luck.
2. So 5 plus 15 was that 20, so it's 22. So you got 7 instead of 6. Yay!
I need it.
Okay, that gets you back up to 15 BP, I think it is.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right, and then last thing, your event roll. Who's rolling your event roll for you?
Well, the Viking didn't let me down last time, so if he's here, let's
True blue.
True blue it
True
again.
blue. What's bad, high or low?
Low.
Low is bad? He rolled, what? He rolled high.
So he's safe.
Safe.
Oh my God, he's safe. He's safe.
Well done.
Man, Viking has got your back, but Sinatra Girl wants to put a curse out there with a winky face, for the record. So Sinatra Girl is probably not in chat anymore because she's the kind of person to drop shade and run. So why don't we have somebody, Xylamos, since you're here. Xylamos, with that curse that was dropped, can we have a negative event happen? This dangerous event, is it going to be kingdom or settlement related?
Whoa, this is a curse? Making me have dangerous events?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I
you
will
said-
see about this, Scott. We'll see about
Jake.
this bullshit.
Jake,
Okay.
you saw about the good
Alright.
event from me, okay? I got literally hurt from it. I got negative
So-
1
Yeah,
stability.
yeah, exactly.
So
I don't know about this as a curse. Come on.
Xylamos. If it's a 76 or higher, it's a kingdom. If it's a 75 or lower, it's a settlement. Go ahead and roll it for me. Oh shit! I hope it's not bad. Like I don't want my name on this. Don't make me roll this.
This is.
Come on, Xylamos. All right, 20. That means it's only a settlement. All right, Xylamos, I need another D100 to see what happens. Maybe he gets a drug den. Or the Inquisition.
I mean, the drug den wouldn't be bad for him. He'd probably like it.
I have another event coming his way as well.
Oh.
Fuck off, please.
Don't worry. I'll be coming in a moment.
Uh,
Give him
stop.
natural disaster? Jesus, man. Yeah, we want you to roll. Come on, man.
Jake, if it makes
For
you
a
feel
woman?
better, you got better loyalty and
sir?
stability than me right now.
79. Oh, Jakey boy. 79. Oh, I love this one. This one makes me happy. Oh, yes. Criminals begin kidnapping citizens and selling them into slavery. Attempt a loyalty check and a stability check, each with a penalty equal to the number of brothels, tenements,
Oh, I don't have any
waterfronts.
of them yet. I was,
You
I
have
was
no
supposed
brothel?
to build one this turn, but I had to build an alchemist.
Oh, nice. No brothel, no tenement, no waterfront. And lots with squatters, which you have none, so no penalty. If you succeed both checks, the slavers are caught before your kingdom takes any penalties for the event. If you fail at one check, loyalty, stability, and unrest. So loyalty and stability decrease by 1, unrest increases by 1. But the event is continuous. So it's not continuous. If you fail both checks, they instead are affected by 2, and the event is continuous. So first, let's go with the easy check. Give us, sir, make sure your stats are correct, the 15, 29, 28, against a control DC of 32. Let me just adjust that thing real quick. Because I have to update it for you, but give for me a moment, please. What Royal Enforcer is... Why is Royal Enforcer a static number? It literally says stat loyalty plus... Yeah, it's supposed to be control from Densho Control. I have no idea why it's like that. It's weird. Anyway, sir, why don't you go ahead and roll me the easy one. Roll me your stability check.
Stability check first?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the easy one.
Is it?
Yeah. You have a plus 28 against the 32.
Okay, yeah. What's the other check?
Not as good.
Okay.
Oh, it's not bad. Oh, never mind. Oh, they're both good.
That's a nat 1.
Nat 1 means that's not a 29. That's a 19. Well, he failed that one. The loyalty, the stability. All right, sir. Could you go ahead and roll us your loyalty check? He can't nat 1 twice in a row, can he? He can't nat 1 twice in a row, can he? Oh!
Oh, okay, all right.
In what world does that happen?
So what goes on here, Scott? Cancels out, event cancels.
finds them.
I'll take it.
Mortifer walks around city and finds the slavers, and then just does the bonk. It's so good.
What?
Oh my God.
What? No, you totally did. You get loads of money, Nick. We won't go back to that. We don't go back to things
Wait,
after
you
we pass
rolled
them.
for tax?
We don't go back to things after we pass
He
them.
does. He has to roll for tax.
Well, let me check his money. He definitely never wrote for taxes. We're gonna have to add that on there. Jake, why is your treasury empty? Oh, you have to press enter. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. That's perfect. 15's correct. Still technically a success and a failure. That's true.
But it's a
To crit both directions. Ooh, this is a rough one. So loyalty, stability, and unrest are supposed to be affected. But it's supposed to be a crit.
What if stability is -2, but loyalty is -0?
No, because those are permanent mods.
Okay.
I think for the crit, what I'll do is this. Jake, I'll be very... I'll make this deal with you because you got the crit. I'll be very nice to you. Unrest increases by 2 instead of 1, but your loyalty and stability are not permanently affected.
Take it. So unrest increases by 2?
Correct. Instead of 1. But your loyalty and stability are not permanently affected. I think that's fair.
That's fair. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Does so thematically what happens?
You know what?
Does Mortifer take them? Find them?
I like the idea that what ends up happening when it all starts, when everything starts, the slavers start coming in. It's one of those things where irithyll is like annoyed by it, And he's like, so he finds the reports, he finds out about it, but he doesn't handle it personally because it's not his responsibility. So he, goes and reports it to Lyra, and he's like, this is your responsibility. Can you see to it that our homes are in fact safe? And so Lyra is also agitated with the matter because she's been working on local advisors, so on and so forth, trying to put up a concoction to help your Nick's kingdom, and the fact that we're going to be exploring into Eldamar very, 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 probably sooner than you guys are happy to hear. And she's been working on that, and so she's just like, Mortifer, handle the slavery. Mortifer does not suffer slaves. Mortifer makes slaves suffer with my mighty hammer. And Mortifer hunts them down, and he either beats the hell out of them with his feebly old arms and his massive hammer, or he catches them in the corner and starts telling them stories. I will tell you of the time Mortifer was a gladiator slave. Those were the most glorious days of Mortifer.
I feel like when he's telling the story, he gets animated and he's like swinging his hammer around, just like talking and just hitting them.
Just accidentally smashing them. Mortifer whacks slavers, but also the slaves. Nice. Friggin' Mortifer. All right, cool. Anyways, that finishes up that. And Nick, why don't we have you roll for your taxes? Hey, Jake was given Winifred's wisdom at the ends there, but it was obviously didn't apply because it was crits either way. Nick, why don't you take that Winifred's wisdom for your tax roll instead?
I'll take it.
There's not favoritism there.
Why didn't Jake get it for his taxes?
No, he got it afterwards.
Okay.
It came in actually after he rolled for his both loyal and stability at the end there. Just because of a delay. Mortifer's wonderful. He's just old. What was that?
Said, what's my tax edict? Late, I think.
No, not light. You have normal.
Normal.
Yeah.
Light's bad.
All right.
I love the fact that all of them have their own kingdoms around them.
Boom, and that's +5.
So hold on, let me get that total there. So you have a 27. Wait, hold on. 16 plus 27, right? So 16 plus 27 plus what? 5? Are you gonna luck die that or no?
Oh, of course, because these guys have been stealing them all, so I might as well use one.
Always use them on taxes. Always.
Yeah.
Sweet.
17.
Ballin'.
That's how much I got, too. It's great.
Shut that up.
Don't ruin my roll.
I'm saying it's good. You got a lot.
That's a huge number. You have to roll like a 46 or something like that to get that. That's crazy. What did you actually roll on? 51.
Wow.
Wait, because 45 equals... Yeah, okay, 51 makes more sense. 45 equals 15. Cool. Nick, how much money you get now?
26.
Jesus. All right. Man, money bags.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this little nation up here.
Which one?
The little offshoot.
Yeah, you have to kind of decide what we're doing with that one. But all right, so it is the end of the session. So next session, we're not starting with kingdom rolls. Next session, we have less kingdom rolls as we're actually starting to catch up on all the things that are kind of transpiring around you. So you have this little offshoot that you're going to have to kind of come up with a plan of how you want to deal with. These people are over here. Jake, this is happening here. Slavers have been resolved inside your kingdom. So with a fail and a savior, it is not continuous, so it actually ends. It comes to its conclusion with you accepting the 2 unrest as you did. The only one that technically speaking... Oh, Jake, did you roll to handle the locusts? You did not. No. 1 succeeded, 1 failed. You have to roll to handle the locusts as well.
Alright, I'll have my general deal with it. He's going to gather the army, and we're going to catch the locusts in nets and eat them.
Okay. I mean, he's a raging cannibal barbarian. So I mean, it makes.
He is. Yeah. He definitely is.
Okay, so he has a kingdom roll. Oh Jesus. He has actually most of that doesn't apply because that doesn't come from other things. So his attribute is a 5. Plus he gets 1 for his. What is it? Does he actually have ranks in being a soldier? I think he does, doesn't he?
No, you said he doesn't.
So I think he just gets a 5 for being a general. Hold on, I'm trying to open it. So he gets 5 for his strength. Roll 20 is just lagging for me. Give me one moment. Yeah, nothing for being the general. Where do you get the other bonuses from? Oh, I'm looking at Varric's. I'm sorry. So he just gets the 5 then. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
he rolls it's a stability check. You get no additional modifiers or anything like that. So you're just rolling with a +5. Actually. I was going to give you an additional +2 beyond that, which you're fine. So he's going to give you a +2 beyond that to have to consume. Because again, raging cannibal, starvation, literally just came out of the barren lands, would be good at like getting foods. I should look at his character sheet again real quick.
can I just add the 2 onto that?
Yeah, you're fine.
Sweet.
Yeah, he has survival. He's actually trained in survival and whatnot, so for capturing food and all those fun details. I just want to look at one thing for the DC of an 18. So challenging.
Wait. No, I'm looking at.
Oh, sure.
I'm getting rid of these locusts.
Yeah, that's fine. You had a 6. Oh, perfect. So it was a hard DC, which is 20. You're the first one to actually try. The hard DC is 20. You got +2 for it to being a focus of his because of XYZ that I just described. You got 2 from that one. DC for a hard events check is a 20. So you're actually had them consume the locusts.
Eating locusts?
The locusts are gone. So your stability -2 is also resolved. Okay.
Nice.
Again, it affected all 3 kingdoms, so I'm not going to have it be insane like it would be if it affected 1 kingdom. All right, perfect. So the only one with Locust left is Celsior, I think. And we'll deal with that some other time. All right, cool. I'm sure it'll be an explosive time. So why don't we wrap up our session? Cel, you've actually been streaming lately. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, one more thing before we wrap up. Could you go ahead and roll me an economy check there, Cel?
Oh. Yeah, I can do that. Should I just roll my economy?
Yeah, just roll your economy. For you, it is a
it's a plus
30, yeah. 43. Lenny will, not now, but next month, be able to acquire you. Sorry, in sometime. Sorry, it would take a period of time. Actually, we'll do it like this. Choose somebody in chat, Jake, to roll a 1d4. Even the patron that created Lenny, they're welcome to roll 1d4 in Twitch chat if they'd like to see how many months it takes.
Isn't
for
that
yeah.
I will not take the roll myself.
Give it to Green. Green's here.
Okay, yeah, Green.
Green, could you please roll that 1d4 to see how many months it takes for Lenny to acquire those sending stones?
Dot.
Green's just remembering how to type. In his elevated age, it takes him a while to get to it. You know. Don't mind him. He probably has to go to the bathroom again. You know what I'm saying? 4 months.
It probably won't be in time to meet your spine.
Well, that's okay.
Well, it'll get to him eventually.
If he's alive.
Well, that's until you acquire it. Then you have to send it down south. So,
Okay,
mark it on...
Just 3 months later.
Mark it on one of your character sheets.
I guess I'll mark it on mine.
Yep. Also mark it on your character sheet.
Stuff.
For event cell, make sure you mark that you still have the ongoing locust problem down here.
Mm-hmm. I haven't marked.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Awesome. Hey, chat. Not chat. Cell. What have you been up to lately? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to say?
Tomorrow, at like 10:30, I'm probably gonna stream some EU4, a fantasy-based mod called Anbinar. It's a really cool mod. I really like it.
Awesome. Have fun playing your game, Jake. Ow. Nick, anything you want to say?
I have no idea what Cell just said. it was words, but I don't know what any of it meant.
EU4 is a video game.
He doesn't know what those are. He's too old.
Oh, okay. Would you like to tell him what it is?
Nah, it's okay.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna be
Google
like
it.
about it.
I'm not.
I know Otto talks about it all the friggin' time.
It's a grand strategy game where you take the role of a nation.
Europa
So
Universalis.
like Risk.
It's like Risk, but like a billion times more fun.
So why don't you just play Risk?
Risk
Risk
meets
is dumb.
Civilization, and Risk is old.
Oh, I got because you need friends to play Risk.
Damn.
Oh,
My friends don't play Risk with me because I always win.
sure,
That's
yeah,
not even-
yeah.
Yeah,
not even-
My
It's
friends
not
from
even-
Canada.
No, it's not even a joke. I do. I'm just better at Risk, okay?
No, really. My friends from Canada. The names are Josiah and Will. Really, they're real.
Yeah.
Damn.
You
You
know,
know,
I will go. Yeah, make sure you catch us with Planeswalker because there is quite possibly the return of a character we haven't seen for a while and who was last seen delivering a terrible proposal with bad news attached. So
Who is that?
be ready.
And just to be clear, Scott's older than me. Okay. He is the oldest.
Dude, exactly 2 weeks to the day.
Yep.
2 weeks to the day.
That's
Right.
2 weeks closer to the grave, my friend.
Yeah, 23rd to the 6th, 2 weeks to the day. So let's not throw too much shade around here. Anyways, cool. I had a lot of fun. I was excited, kind of like building up the kingdoms a little bit. You guys got to actually see a significant amount of growth immediately inside your kingdom, and now we actually bring it down out of the kingdom scale down to the more personal scale, as you guys are going to have to kind of decide, I imagine, a meeting between your different clans, what it is you want to deal with, how you want to deal with it first, deal with them individually, so on and so forth, because there's pressures happening for Jake on both sides, and really on both sides, on all four sides of all of you, right? Cool. Let's get out of here. I actually have a conference call super early in the morning, so let's find out who we're going to raid. Who are we going to? Ooh, and I have to hype train make things.
Oh yeah, I get an advisor.
What day is tomorrow? What day of the week is tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Wednesday, technically.
No, Tuesday, right? Ooh. You know what I should do? I should kick you guys out of the call and try to make those advisors now. Should I do that?
You could do that.
You can do that. I will warn you. That I was going to warn you anyway. Make sure you got your. I'm not. Am I muted?
Oh, you're not. Hold on. Sorry. Go ahead. There are two to do. I think I could do one pretty quickly. Yeah. No, yeah, I might be able to do both of them. You know, screw it. I was actually supposed to go into work super early tomorrow to do this early conference call. Like today was already a 12-hour day, like prior to the start of the stream. And then I was supposed to go in early tomorrow too. But I instead I kind of conned somebody to go in for me so I could take the conference call from home. I still have to go in later on in the day, but at least I could take the conference call from home. So I think I'm going to yeah. I think I'm going to do that because conference call is going to be about 3 hours long. I don't need sleep for that. I just have to change what the stream is called. Allow me to change what the stream is actually called. So this is going to be hype train MAC. All right, let's do name has been officially changed. Yeah. We can do this. Give me one moment. Open bigger. I have to move away from that overlay so you guys can't see what's going on over there. Okay. And then I actually have to turn that on as well. So let me turn on my camera. Deactivate, reactivate. Good. Yeah. All right, we cool. We cool. All right, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't know why I'm counting in for me to just come here. What's up, everybody? Yeah, what the hell? Let's just do a hype train stream. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can actually see that there was a degree of okay. Apparently, Sir Keegan's trying to get a third character. The train is back in the station. A third character made instead of just 2. That is definitely an option. We currently already have one going to Jake and one going to Cell. In theory, you can get another one for one of those 2 or one for Nick. It's up to you, boys and girls. You can actually see there's a degree of honesty to these kingdoms over here, right? Because Nick bumped into one that happens to be over here, right? Jake bumped into one over here, and Cell bumped into one over here. Not exactly where you see them placed on these maps, but there's a degree of honesty to the sample map. Let me come over to this one, which doesn't have that. Jake should have got a magic item. Yeah, yes, he's getting a magic item. Not him himself, but his kingdom is. Okay, well, and there we go. Hype train has started. Boom, there it is. Hello, everybody. All right, so let us actually go into making these characters. So the first one that actually earned a hype train beforehand, I think, was Cell. So we're gonna make one for Tessel and Daelric. Tessel and Daelric. Celsier, we don't really care about the name at the moment. What does he actually need?
Once more with feeling.
Wow, you guys are just blowing it up left and right. All right, cool. Thank you. Much appreciated. I actually don't have all my shits pulled up that I need for this.
Once more with
What does
feeling.
Celsier need? Okay, let's see. Cell needs... Hey, his NPC XYZ is still currently... Man, this is going to eventually get replaced with somebody else. So extras is Castellan, his Curator, Spymaster, and his Royal Enforcer. Oh, he doesn't have a Royal Enforcer. Should we give him a Royal Enforcer? I'm wondering.
Once more with
He needs a
feeling.
haughty lizard. Weird. Spymaster can't come yet. Not until all the other positions are filled by allowed to be filled by a hype train or something like that. Don't forget. I'm thinking his
Once more with feeling.
Royal Enforcer works. Yeah, I think it's the Royal Enforcer really works. Because
Once more with feeling.
I could be crazy, guys. Here's my number. Call me maybe. You know the whole thing. I know I just met you. This might sound crazy, but here's my
Once
number.
more with feeling.
Call me maybe. Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. It was so loud. I did not expect that. Jesus Christ! Oh my god. Like, there's such a lag for those that it legit scared the shit out of me. I'm not looking. I thought those were over. I thought those came out before the once more feeling. That's fucking... Alright, where are you? Here it is. Secret Police. Requires strength and dexterity. You can act as both a spy master and a royal enforcer of a kingdom, gaining the benefits of both offices. Accordingly, you must use dexterity for both leadership positions. Ooh, do you think he likes the idea of being a, I was looking that time. Ha ha ha, it didn't get me. Maybe you can, have more, luck LD, called... Oh, sorry. Sorry guys. When I'm looking this way, I see it coming. When I'm looking this way, I don't. Because this is my third monitor this way. This is where I have you guys set up. So... I honestly... what about not a dwarf? Just a short guy for the Royal Enforcer. That's hilarious. A human Royal Enforcer? Okay. So what do we want to do? If we were to make secret police, let me pull up Discord real quick. Okay, that time you got me. Need a dwarf? Jesus. Green. All right. Over here. We have Shadows allowed to be... Perrin is the special one. They're also allowed to have fighters. And a fighter can make a great Royal Enforcer if we were to go that way. Oh, yay, level 5. It's actually completed. Woohoo. That's really freaking exciting. So, Shadow can be a fighter, right? Can also be human, half-orc, hobgoblin, orc, lizard folk, or Perrin. He already has the lizard folk, obviously. Running out of emotes to unlock. Yeah, same over here. Alright, let me think. Yeah, basic human fighter could definitely work. It would also allow for an extra feat to be had there. I mean, think about it. First level human fighter is a lot of feats. And then they're going to be third level because you guys just got level 5 hype train for that. So first level human fighter. Oh, sorry. First level human fighter. Second level fighter. Third level. That's 5 feats. That's crazy. That's really hype kick? Hype kick is literally just a door for a Dorian. Oh, that's sad. Anyways, so oh, nobody won. That's sad. Thanks. I guess I'm bad at predictions. Let me think for a second. That could work. What kind of fighter is it going to be, though? Well, if you're a spy master and that's going to be sense motive and intimidation, right? Actually, isn't there a feat specifically for sense motive and intimidation? Oh, I want you to stay here. Persuasive. It's diplomacy and sense motive. Enforcer. That's funny. That'd actually be a great feat for them. Enforcer, because they do non-lethal damage as an option. That's actually something that Celsius would like. Because it's Intimidate, 1. But it's whenever you deal non-lethal damage with a melee weapon, you can make an intimidation check as a free action instead. And they're shaken for XYZ. I actually really like that as an option for this character. It's actually a really, really cool one. So we're going to mark that down already. It's probably not an option normally over here. Yeah, I didn't think so. But we can definitely put this over here. Okay. That's a side note feat that doesn't affect their stats though. Taunt. Heroes displayed. Oh. What's the one I'm thinking of? What is that? Ferocious Resolve? Did we see? Ferocious, either ferocity, universal animal. Oh, that's cool. And a +2 to intimidate checks when using. Oh, when using this ability. Intimidating confidence. Fearsome finish. Man, that sounds like a porn. See if a lead from the back also sounds like a porn. Intimidating prowess. Get a bonus to intimidate checks equal to your T. Oh, this is the mythic one. Yeah, he'll. Yeah, persuasive is diplomacy, intimidate. I thought there was a sense motive and intimidate, but I guess I'm wrong. That's too bad. Joey's suggesting antagonize. You make a diplomacy intimidation check to make a creature respond to your hostility, no matter what you use. The antagonize creature standard actions. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of text. It's a lot of text. Okay. Yeah, it's not one for instance motive. That's a half-orc feat, though. All right. So... thing is, I like the idea of a character that focuses on being a royal enforcer, but is also a spy master. It's going to use dexterity either way. So let's start using stats. Let's go... Yeah, I like that build. Let's see. 13, 16, 13, 13, 9, 12. 13, 16, 13, 13, 9, 12. A year. I believe it is. Gains 2 bonus skill ranks each level, which must be allocated amongst these skills. Replaces bravery. Opportunities gains dirty tricks as a bonus instead of the normal first level. We don't have to worry about 4th level, but they eventually get something called Cunning Edge. Good night, Anna. Thanks for the hype train, fool. Appreciate it. Oh, my knee. Oh. Oh, look at this one. But no, oh, gains. Oh, never mind. Misread. May add half the dexterity bonus to damage rolls. Hello. Dead shot. 3rd level. They actually get that now. It's a very simple switch out. Trick shot with Archer. They make for an interesting, you know, what are they called? Royal Enforcer. I saw Opportunistic Fighter. I looked at it earlier and closed it. I might just make a vanilla fighter. Blackjack Tactics is pretty nifty if the character ever got to level 4, because it's kind of like Tactics, but it's specifically like their things. It's a really nifty way of kind of like sharing tactic feats, but just requires a little bit more. Also, in addition to combat feats, they can actually take Iron Will, Improved Iron Will, or Teamwork feats. That's like a great way of expanding on it. The bonus to saves against will saves against compulsion spells and abilities and whatnot, super useful. I think, as opposed to fear, for the positions that they're going to be in. But the idea of a blackjack in general is somebody like to me, a blackjack sounds like somebody who has like a blackjack or like a the thing that you hit somebody in the back of the head with. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being dumb. Sap. Yep. Or a blackjack. This is the word for it. It's kind of what draws my eye to it originally, and I like the bonus to Iron Will. Like being able to take those as bonus feats is pretty sexy. Because in addition to combat feats, I can straight up just take those. Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so Enforcer is a combat feat. And then Iron Will is also a combat feat. So that's first level, second level fighter feats. So you would get Enforcer would be FTR 1. Then you would also have HU, which I have no idea what that's going to be. You'd have FTR 2. Would be Iron Will. Actually, let me do it like this. Iron Will. Billy the Club. That's a funny name. Human first. Then we have we're saying that the third level one is going to be specifically Secret Police. Do you guys watch Curb Your Enthusiasm at all? Any of you guys watch that show? Larry David? Okay, Secret Police is now in there. Try to watch her with Brittany. She did not like it. She's like, it took me years to get accustomed to Seinfeld. I can't handle this. I can't do this. So funny. I was like, oh, I got to watch literally the pilot episode with me. And that was too much for her. She's like, I'm good. I'm done. I'm out. I'm tapping. Mind you, she got me to watch like a little bit of Schitt's Creek, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm out. I'm tapping. I'm good. No thanks. I'm out. Her enthusiasm was indeed curbed. Nice. Schitt's Creek is so garbage. The fact that it's up for a bunch of rewards, I'm like, why? This show's so fucking dumb. I don't know. People are into what they're into. What did we say we're going to name this character? Jinxie's the go-to. Improved Iron Will I can't because unless I get another fighter feat. Because I took Enforcer. I like the idea of taking Enforcer instead. I know. I can. That's an option to shift it that way, but for now, let's not. Because I haven't even, because like, what did it say there? Fighter? And we're talking about being a blackjack. Currently, all they get is well-paid loyalty. It's just to me, the name well-paid loyalty just sounds like somebody who's a fucking royal enforcer. You know what I mean? It sounds like your spy master. It's funny, I said that, and all I could hear in my head was Celsier's verbal response. So true. You know how he says that thing? So true. Is that like half laugh as he says it? I heard it in my head. Y'all heard it too. Y'all heard it too. You know it. Two plus D10. Three, 1, 1. The Otis feats in there. We gotta get the armor training in there. Armor training's so boring. What was the one that gave up armor training and weapon training that we just looked at? I don't remember. Maybe go crossbow expert. That's also boring. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Max dex, dexterity is a +3, right? 16, yeah. Max dex of chainmail. -5, that's painful. Four mirrors, hilarious. Well, you can wear chainmail. Because that max dex would be a +3 for them. And the check penalty if it's masterwork would be, what, 1 less? So it's actually going to be a 1 less for masterwork and 1 less for that. It's only a -3. That's not so bad. Yeah. Also move at normal speed in medium armor, and chainmail is considered medium armor. Alright, cool. Let's give him chainmail. Change shirt? Why would I want to change shirt? Chainmail. What's the matter with you? Why would I want to change shirt? Explain to me why I want to change shirt. Because I can think of no reason to have a changed shirt. To be more nimble? I'm not gonna be that much not nimble. Look, its type is medium, but I get to treat it as light for the sake of it not affecting my speed. Actually, no, it's not affecting my speed anyways, is it? Yeah, it is right here. So it doesn't affect my speed, so my speed is still gonna be 30 feet. 30. And my 20-foot speed is still gonna be 20. So that doesn't change that. Right? So that stays the same. Run speed is going to be the same, ×4. Yep, all that stays the same. That doesn't get reduced. The ACP, because it's going to be clearly Masterwork Chamber shirt, because I literally work for the nation that has the best armor. So that makes it to a -4, and then the armor thing that we just talked about makes it to a -3. Still only a -3 check penalty, and the dexterity increases to a 3. So it just works. It just works. It's not like that's going to increase anytime soon. It's 16. So that means the flat AC, look at this. The basic AC is a 19. I mean, that's pretty badass. Now they can catch runners again. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Ah. Trying to snap my knee. Hold on. Hold on. Come on, you bastard. Ah. Snapped the knee. Much better. You mentioned, what is it, breastplate? Yeah, breastplate, because it reduced the ACP by a little bit more, but I like chain shirt because it's cheap, comparatively. You know, chainmail, whatever. Also has like a theme to it. It looks like a Royal Enforcer, you know? All that's been applied. All right. Climb, craft, handle animal. So climb, craft, handle animal, intimidate, engineering. Engineering, profession, ride, swim, survival. Engineering, profession, ride, swim, survival. Okay. Cool. Now we're going to give this person... Oh, wait. Did I not click intimidate? The fuck? I must have overlooked it by like a dummy. Weird. Okay. Let's see. Smart enough to have multiple languages. So we're going to speak Karuk and Dalish. Okay. Male or female? How many does he have of each? Tick-Tongue is what? A boy or a girl? Tick-Tongue is male. Nato is male. Rima is female. Lenny is male. Jorman is male. Gorza. So 1, 2, 3 girls. 1, 2, 3 boys plus his brother is a boy. So I say it's a 75-25. Celsior, if you roll a 1 to 25, it's male. Otherwise, it's female. Okay. Femship. Let's see. Her name is... Ostina Grace. Okay. Okay. Oh, the Blackjack's not here? Hey. Where the fluffy did Blackjack go? Okay, cool. I think I might end up doing that will save thing that we discussed before. Making iron will human feet. Was there another human feat that we liked? Well, we haven't played with skills yet. Or race yet, really. Usually that stuff long before now. Eye for talent is it replaces the bonus feat. +2 to sense motive. If they get an animal companion or some shit like that. Alright. See. Nope. Sense motive +2. Not worth it. I could just grab skill focus sense motive instead. It looks like I'm keeping my basic human traits. That's fine. Alright. Iron Will's gonna become a human feat. Become Fighter 2. And for my other feat, Intimidate's gonna be at a 3. And since motive is gonna be at a 3, that eats most of our skill points right there. Before I spend the rest of those skill points, why don't I look at traits and see what trait offers me a +2 to one of those abilities. So sense motive or intimidated +2. It's just one trait, don't forget. I can't remember. I can never remember all these traits, mind you. You can +2 sense motive checks. Furthermore, whenever you make grant a wish from an outsider. Ugh. You're like so close, but it doesn't give you what you want. Nope. So how about intimidate? Does anything give you +2 to intimidate? Oh, here we go. Bad reputation. Works for me. Someone it's hard to find the, but bad reputation. This answers the question. I get you that +1. And then the other thing we have to deal with is sense motive. We have to get a +2. So we have to get a feat that gives +2 sense motive. Alertness, sense motive and perception. Boom. Clean, simple, love it. Stone-faced. Receive a +4 bluff. Antagonize. I think I just want to go with the basic one there. Just go with alertness, man. I think alertness is easy. Wait, hold on. Street smart? Hold up. Joey's suggesting street smart. Of course it's not here. I think I actually put it on a different character before. Plus your knowledge local, and knowledge local is always a class skill for you, it says. Cool story, bro. I guess I might as well put 1 point into knowledge local, huh? Just to take advantage of that sweet upgrade we got. Cool. All right. This is shade out, so minor. You got to put at least 1 rank in minor, man. You work for Shadow Tribe, you spend time in the mines. You got to know what they go through. Everybody does their time in the mine. No, it's not for a crime. It's so you can get into the mind of your subjects. Okay. I think we good. I hate the name Austina Grace, though. Austina is a terrible name. What kind of weapon do they use? Oh, wait, let me just click this first. If you know, the demoralized triggers a free action if you're successful. We need to be able to use non-lethal damage, though. lira? Cat of nine tails. Hello. Do we have her walking around with a cat of nine tails? I won't lie. And the whip. I'm just saying. Great Club does lethal damage, though. Deals no damage to any creature with an armor bonus of +1 or higher, or natural armor +3 or higher. Most people wear armor, unfortunately, but I could totally see her walking around with a cat of nine tails. Hell yeah. Not spells. Not feats. Not classes. Not bestiary. Ah! It's not on here. Too bad. She's a dominatrix name now. What about Eastern weapons? But a sap does a 1d6 damage, so it's fine. Sap is fine. Sap is fine. She just beats them over the head with a blackjack. Her bludgeoning feat doesn't take care of that, though. If this does not remove... Look, whenever you deal non-lethal damage to the melee weapon, you can make an intimidation check to demoralize the target's free action. If you're successful, the target is shaken for a number of rounds equal to the damage dealt. If the attack was a critical hit, the target is frightened for 1 round with successful da-da-da. You actually still... Oh, if she had bludgeoner, yeah. Nah. Yeah, of course you do, Joey. Kinky bastard. Change melee ability to dexterity. Oh, she doesn't have weapon finesse, does she? Shh, Mom's watching. Don't talk to her. Don't talk to her and she'll go away. Shh. We don't want to get in trouble. Just keep very quiet. Alright, so we gotta give her the... Give her a whip. We call it. I got a cool name for her, so it's all good. D4. D4. I got a cool name for her, so it's all good. We gave her the cat of nine tails. She got a D4. Damage. It's all good. All right. There we go. Got a perfect name for you guys. Bam. Done. All right. She's walking around with her cat of nine tails. And she's ready to own it. Okay, let's see. Cell, we have to add Spy Master. And Royal Enforcer. Okay. All right. So it's add dexterity for both. Dexterity is going to count as a +4. Now, Royal Enforcer automatically adds to loyalty, but Cell gets to choose where Spy Master adds to. Cell gets to add if it is Cell gets to add if it is oh, what the hell am I talking about? Oh, looks like he added on stability. He can't add on stability yet, though, because it can't take place until after he can add a new leader. So if he wants on stability, he has to remove it until after he makes his next check, because he has to assign the leader there. So that works perfectly. Just leave that blank there, because these other checks don't matter until after that initial check is done and everything else is kind of put into place. So that works. Cool. Oh, hi, bro. Hi, bro. What is this character about? This character is about being done. This character is done. Boom. Oh, I don't want you. Go away. All right, next one's going to Jake. State Farm. All right. So what does Jake need? Oh, Jake needs everything. He has no money. Yeah, I don't just work in the morning. Actually, I have to get up extra early tomorrow, which sucks. Okay. Law speaker. I don't even know what that position is supposed to be, but it says law speaker, so it just chuckles me. All right. So we have Shaman and Outrider. I think Outrider is... I don't even know Outrider is supposed to be. They changed all the names, so I don't know what anything is because they don't have like a key next to it. I have to come with like a 2-letter key next to it. Shaman, I think, is his Magister, and Outrider is his Marshal. Thanks. Okay, there we go. Marshal. Okay. Show. Shaman and Marshal. Well, Jake needs a Marshal to actually go out riding. Because, he just discovered all those people down there, right? So, with him discovering everybody kind of down here. Down in this area. Oh, that's why it's not pinging. Down here, right? He's going to have a Marshal. That just makes sense. So what do we make? Let's pull up Discord again. human, half-orc, hobgoblin, orc, lizard folk. They need a good survival. Can't half-orcs get a good survival? I'm totally not ignoring you. You're ignoring you. Nuh-uh, you are. Nuh-uh, you are. Need more orcs. Why am I adding blankets in my car? Maybe a pillow? Why does reading that make me tired? Did you just put magic on me? +1 racial bonus to survival underground. Not helpful. Count sheep. Uh-oh. What am I, from New Zealand? I get aroused. Oh, you can't spell survival. +2 racial bonus and survival checks in the ruins of cities. Bleh. In urban settings. I know what you're trying to say there. And racial bonus equals half their character level on survival. It's just a 1. That's lame. Practice hunter. +2 on stealth and survival checks. They're always a class skill for them. Ladies and gentlemen, we found a human. Found a human that will be the person in his race, soul, tribal thing. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, no, not that. Sorry, I should have copied. I should have copied this. Copy. Come over here. Paste. Alright, so hey, Doxy, Foxy, Rena, and Josh. Foxy, Doxy, Rena, and Josh. I'm making a advisor for Jake from State Farm, and it's going to be his marshal, which is the person that takes care of like the lands like outside of his primary land, kind of like the land that's like on the outskirts. I wanna know this character, this badass human that goes and does that stuff. Is this person a male or a female? It's your survival. Stealth. You know, Kylie, why are you so aggressive and mean? She's a guy, so they're nubile? Is that what you're saying? They're nubile? I don't want to know how old they are, Doxy. I don't want to know what type you're into. I knew what you meant. I know what that means. I specifically asked for a gender and you gave me NB. I understand what you're saying. All right, this is human. Class. I'm not, wait. Ooh, is there a barbarian that's really good at... But humans also get what, a feat and... Hold on. Dex or wisdom? Let's go dexterity because it's easier. I'm out of touch in weird ways sometimes. Caracas? What? Here's khakis? Haha, Caracas. I get it now. It's pretty funny. True primitive barbarian is favorite terrain, but does baldness run in your family? Not that I know of. It's not an issue I have to deal with. That's for fucking certain. And before you try to make a joke about receding hairline, it has never changed. You look at my hairline from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you look at it now, it has never changed. I've always had a 5 brow, okay? My hairline has never changed. It's funny, every time I get a haircut, people always ask that question. And it's always exactly the same. It's always, I have no male pattern baldness. Look at, I don't know how well you can see. No baldness whatsoever. Don't get mad because I'm 35. I got a full head of hair. I'm not Wade. True primitive is also a caveman. Yeah, let's not make this person a caveman. It'd be pretty cool to have a non-binary caveman. Won't lie. Get that infomercial spray? Yeah. Okay, Josh. 14, 16, 12, 10, 10, 13. 14, 16, 12, 10, 10, 13. Hey, Doxy, you still there? I don't know if Rena told you. Rena may have already told you. Rena told you? Good. So glad she already told you. It's exciting, isn't it? I think it's exciting. Definitely exciting. I figured you'd be excited. So we got the racial crap. We got the feat we're gonna do. We already got the other thing we traded out. It's all good. For classes, gotta be NPC classes. Bam. I'm gonna do a warrior. Jake likes warriors. 3, 3, 1, 1. Warrior. Before the snap. Now his head like his head spectrum like gender. Where's Reno? Reno, you still here? Reno, where you at? Stop running away. Reno, where you at? Hey girl. Where you at? Why does Jake from State Farm have modifiers on them? What are these random modifiers in Jake from State Farm? Why does... Oh, because I put it in the wrong spot. Because I'm a dummy. There you go. Survival 3 ranks here. Bam. Probably sleeping? Why would she be sleeping? It's so early. She lives in not real land. Okay. Climb, craft, handle animal, intimidate. Profession ride swim. Gotta give him some intimidation, baby. Won't make him sexy and scary. But that is my guess, but Scott is dumb. Okay. So first level. Okay. And third level feet. Alright, chat. What feats are we gonna give this boyo? Currently with a 3 dexterity and a 5 over here. They count as let's call him State Farm from now. Go to Jake from State Farm. Outrider's current name is oh shit. Outrider's current name is State Farm. Instead of a -4, they're giving a +4 currently. So, well rested feet? I don't think that's a feat. Let me look. Well rest. Nah, sorry, man. Doesn't pop up. Skill focus. So what feats provide a bonus to survival? Let's see. +2 survival. You suck. All right, I'm neurotic and don't handle stress very well right now. So if somebody just tell me what Scott's talking about. Yeah, Celsior. Listen to Celsior. Celsier's smart enough. Get the fuck to sleep. How do I do that? Oh, chat, I gotta poll you. All right, guys, I got a 1 minute poll going for you. Started now. I was supposed to say what clan? This is chat clan. Don't worry about it. This is a typo. Interesting. Densho wins. Interesting. I think I'm just gonna do self-sufficient. Oh wait, no, natural soul. Hey, I like natural soul. Cool. Or nature soul. Is that an option? I don't think I can just drag and drop that, can I? Of course not. That would just make life easy. Of course. Of course that's not going to happen. Oh, that's cute. Soon, Josh. Soon. Soon that could be a thing that happens in life. Nature soul. Nature soul? Nature in survival? 2 in survival. 4. Alrighty, I need a bit more. Need a little bit more. Skill focus. Okay, so that's a +5. This is 1, 2, 3. So Jake from State Farm. That gives a +5. That's useful. That increases your economy by a good bit there. Maybe, but soon we'll be flying down to Florida and have to isolate for 2 weeks. Oosh. We're in Florida, that's scary. Alright. Jake from Oat Player, Hype Train, level 5, exclamation points. Homeland from Steak Farm is... It's a human warrior that's good at survival. We're gonna say the Barren Lands. Gender, we can do a non-binary. Character, I actually don't think... I have lots of gay characters in here. I have lots of female characters in here. I don't think I have any non-binary characters in here. And it's specifically a human too, so... Alright, so what am I going to name this person? We're going to name this person Doxilla. Okay. Their name is Doxilla. Oh, they don't have a 3rd level feat yet. Excuse me, don't judge my name. My name is Doxilla. You hate it because you ate it. Alright? Hair, we're gonna make them bald. Because bald is beautiful. I mean, I disagree that it implies female, because I'm not speaking, you know, Spanish or Italian. Alright, I'm trying to decide with this 3rd feat, I really want to try to add a bit of character to them. Because you already focused on the attributes aspect. What should I do with the 3rd feat to add a bit of character? Alright, fine. Doxil. That sounds like a medication. Like, oh man. The doctor had no answers. They just gave me a fucking prescription of Doxil. And I don't know. I gotta take like 15 milligrams every 6 hours. I even have to wake up and take it. It's a suppository. It's rough. What would be a nifty feat? What would be a nifty feat to add? Flavor. Huh, a doxy. Huh. Oh. Fuck you, Steve. Fuck you, Steve. Oh. Alright, I gotta time out Josh. I gotta do it. Time out on funny. There we go. Took care of that problem. Yeah, took care of that problem. All right. Plus in stealth and survival, stowaway. Well, I'm cool with it. I feel like I spelled that wrong. But I'm too tired to realize if I spelled it wrong. So I'm just gonna assume it's correct. Your survival got better. And stealth did too. Look at that. No ranks in stealth. It's not a class skill. I already got a +6. That's not bad. God, I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to bed. It does make me want to change the feat from skill focus, though. I actually don't want skill focus anymore. I want self-sufficient. Because they don't need no one. Wait, why can't I find self-sufficient? Yeah, I found you. Oh no, wrong one. There we go. Self-sufficient is so much more flavorful. It's +2 instead, and it's +2 to heal. So again, gives the character a little bit more skill. Like I have all these skills that increase wisdom, but I like focus on dex instead of wisdom. So it just kind of tickles my pickle just a little bit. Just enough. You know what I mean? So it makes them come off as more skilled than they really are. Have you ever RP'd a non-binary person? I've RP'd and PC'd as a changeling. And changelings are can choose to identify with a particular persona. like a gender. They can choose to identify with the gender, but they don't have to, because if a changeling in Eberron has sex with a female in male form, they can impregnate the female, and if a changeling in female form has sex with a male, they can get pregnant as well. They can also carry the term as a typical woman. So they're literally non-binary for their physiology. As whether or not their persona is non-binary, that's up to you. So, and we started playing those characters back when we were in our teenage years. So, and it wasn't abnormal or weird or strange. It's not asexual. Asexual is when you don't have sex with somebody else and you can reproduce that way. Asexual means non-sexual, no sexual. So you can say it's pansexual, but we're talking about identifying as being, we're talking about whether or not the character identifies one way or the other. So, I would also say that term, I think that term is considered offensive now, even though it's a medical term. So, exactly, it's gender versus sexuality, right? So it's a character that can, and it's not even a matter of sexuality. Like, hold on, take this back a step. It's a character that is either physiology. Like, to be clear here, it's not who you're attracted to, because there are a million that you could be bi, you could be pan, you could just be a one try. Doesn't really matter, right? Like, we're not talking about sexuality here. You fuck them both, you don't fuck them both, who cares? But physiologically, you can be both. That doesn't exist in the real world. You can't physiologically be both. You can physiologically be one, kind of like a transitional time, or the other. You can stay in that transitional thing, but you can't just be like, I'm going to switch back and forth over the course of 3 seconds, because change shape takes 3 seconds. There's no bouncing back and forth. It just doesn't exist. It's in a world of fantasy. But, even some species in real life cannot do what a changeling can do, because again, it takes 3 seconds. There's a feat that allows you to do it as a swift action, which means it takes like half a second to switch. But that doesn't exist in the real world. So, a snail cannot change their their sex in 3 seconds. Well, a snail having both and being able to fully change between both or some combination of the middle is two very different things, isn't it? I mean, that's changelings, man. Changelings are super cool. And my girlfriend at the time, whose name is Beth, obviously long ago we broke up. She played a changeling, and in her story, she actually kind of went through. She identified predominantly as female. I would say she identified as female. I don't think she had a male persona that she often slipped into, like it was diehard into, but she was more often than not, she was in her female character. It's hard though, because changelings can, again, they're not like humans, so it's hard to but either way. But I actually think it was wicked cool because that character would be very flirtatious with both genders, right? And whatnot. And it was a typical RP thing, but like the person that RP'd them grew up in a very conservative, very, very conservative, born again Christian home. They're Baptists, so born again Christian home. And like these people were, she is a paranoid schizophrenia. It's like just something that she had to live with her whole life. And like her mother would pray over her while she was sleeping to chase the demons away. That's the kind of like family and whatnot that she'd literally wake up in the middle of the night as like a child and like look up and see mom praying the demons out of her. She was, paranoid schizophrenic. Anyways, so it turns out she's bi, but she didn't come to terms with that with herself until like after we broke up. So well into her 20s. And I really think playing that character was like her way of trying to start exploring that, because she never even explored much of her own self or sexuality or anything until like She was in her late teens, early 20s, which is when we were dating, because we dated for 3.5 years from like 18 to 22 sort of range. That's when she was starting to really realize who she was, as she was kind of like getting away from that stuff. It was pretty cool that, see you, Doxy. It's pretty cool that she was kind of like able to, like, hindsight looking back, explore that avenue of herself while, you know, through playing this character. So, either way. I never played a snail. Hold on. I got you guys. Let me just time him out again. There you go. Get one of the mods, please untime him out. It's too much typing for me. How did Doxy want it spelled? Doxul? Doxul, right? Languages, that's right. Just Kruk. Okay. And just human. Okay, human, non-binary, Kruk. Wicked into survival. What's another? I don't think there's any other mixed ones. Any suggestions on nifty feats to add like a bit of flavor to the character? This is your brain on Karak. It's an NPC who'll be positively influencing actually Jake's campaign. Jake's character in the Monday Night campaign. Animal companion one. You can't just get an animal companion from a feat. Silly bum. I'm really trying to think of something. Oh, isn't there one for deserts? Nope. I think desert's 1S. Desert Dweller. Con 13, which I think we have. Nope, Con's 12. We can fix that. Ready? Hey, now I have a Con of 13. And Survival 1 rank. I think we got that. You treat extreme. Ooh, I like this one. Boom. Done. I like it. Desert Dweller. Oh, hey, there's a name for me. I can just cut and paste that. Thanks. That cat's still pressing her face against the door. She wants to become feeder, even though she has food in her bowl. So she can just go die in a fire. No, not nation builder. Nation builder's too much. Nation builder's more for like the leader. Nation builder. What's the matter with you? Huh? What's the matter with you? Says she's from Kajinxi. Not Kajinxi, the Barrenlands. She just eat her animal companion. And what's his name would get mad at me. This wouldn't apply to her checks because it's when in unclaimed wilderness or land you control. So this actually would not add to her leadership score, to be clear, because it's not generic as rules to it. Ugh. All right. You guys voted for the third one to be for Jake. I'm gonna have to do that a different stream because I'm way too tired to do more. So we got Doxul and oh, I forgot to change the name. It's Talia. Not two T's. Okay. I tell you, cryptic. Mm-hmm. Why can't you do this later this week? Why can't I do what? This right now? I never said I can't do this later this week. All right. I am going to bed. I am too tired. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. I have a conference call in. Ugh. Fuck you. That's way too soon. Oh, no, not poll. Where's raid? Who are you raiding? Let's go raid this loser.